been thinking about. We've been going through COVID, we've been in isolation, but there's been the heroes that we call them, the people who have been working with the people on the front line. Today's topic is the 411 on working on the front line during the pandemic. With me today, I have Erie Kuboki. Erie is a third-year student at University of Western Ontario. She's a student nurse, and she has been working directly on the front line, helping a lot with our seniors, working in nursing residences, helping them to come through these trying times that we're having. So Erie, thank you so much for coming on the show with me today. Thank you for taking the time to share with us what it's been like. And Erie, can you just go, before we jump into that, can you tell us what made you go into nursing in university? What was your path that led you there?
Okay, so in high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I knew that I like sciences, like I like bio, like learning about like the human body and
Right.
like chemistry and stuff. I wasn't too good at math though. And so I knew that I didn't want to be a doctor because I didn't want to go through all the schooling and like just like it's like really stressful and it's a risky like path to go to. And so I wanted to do something in the medical field too. And I like caring for people, I like helping people, making a difference. So then I thought that nursing was like a good career for me.
Okay. And was it difficult to get into the program?
Honestly, I mean, I think my program is kind of a little bit competitive. I mean, I feel like all nursing programs are kind of competitive because so many people are trying to get into nursing.
Right.
Um, and so the grades are like kind of up there, but then yeah, it's not that hard to be honest. Like
And
just work.
a lot of people I know who I speak to, especially younger people who go into nursing, they actually come from families where their parents were nurses and that type of thing.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's your story as well?
Yeah, for me, actually, that's not the case. A lot of my family is mostly in like accounting, like business. Like, not a lot of people in my family are in like the medical field, to be honest. So I kind of wanted to do something different. I don't know. So then I wanted to do something that I liked doing. I don't want to just
Okay.
follow my family. And so, yeah,
Okay.
I
And
followed my
what was it about nursing that attracted you to that career?
nursing. I feel like when you think of nursing, you think of like caring, helping people, and just like yeah, caring and helping people. And so that's what I like doing. So I
Right.
thought that was a good career for me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And that's definitely a skill set that's needed when dealing with people who are ill. You have to really
Mhm.
care. And that's something that's quintessential in that occupation. So up until this point,
Mhm.
pre-2020, I know when you're doing nursing, you do practical experience where you go into hospitals or nurse residences and you work. What has your practical experiences been like prior to 2020?
I actually have not had any like practical experience yet. For me, I know it's like some programs they have like clinical placement or whatever second year, but for Western, my program, we do that third year. And so second year is more like it's placement, but it's not in the hospital setting. It's in like community setting. And so I did it at like a soup kitchen or whatever. I never had like direct interaction with patients and stuff. And so my job right now as a PSW is really helping me like get that experience, and so I feel like I'll be prepared for school in third year. Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you a big question. We're going to get to the heading of this topic now, the juicy stuff.
Okay.
Uh, you obviously school was interrupted in March once COVID started to spread and things started to shut down. Applying for a job during such a time, what was it like doing that? Was there any fear for you applying for a job, going in to take care of people that you know is something that's deadly, or how was that for you?
For me, honestly, I'm not really a person that gets like scared by things like this. Like I'm very impulsive, if that makes sense. Like I'll like apply for something without really thinking about the consequences. But then at the same time, I'm like, why should I be? I mean, I should be scared and like cautious of like COVID and stuff because I know I don't want to bring it home to my family and stuff. But at the same time, like I'm gonna be a healthcare provider, and so I feel like I shouldn't be scared of these things because in like hospitals and stuff, there's like always gonna be like diseases and like sicknesses going around, and like I can't just be scared of that because that's literally like my career. And
Exactly.
so yeah.
So if someone had told you when you signed up for nursing, Erie, 3 years from now, there will be a pandemic, the whole world will be shutting down, and
Mhm.
you may have to go in and work, what would you have told them?
I would still like do it honestly. Like
You would still.
I feel like I went into nursing to help people and like and to care for people, like vulnerable people. And so if there's no one to do that, like, then what's gonna happen? Who's gonna take care of people and stuff? So I feel like,
Exactly.
yeah, I'll still do it. Yeah, it's
And
about making.
definitely what I see is I know there's a lot of healthcare workers on the front line, but I would like to take the opportunity as well to thank the younger generation, the millennials who are in university and taking the bold step of saying we got into this career for our passion and this is why we're
Like,
helping.
yeah, because like my immune system is probably like stronger than like older people, and so like I don't mind like risking it.
Right, right. So, Iri, what motivates you?
What motivates me? I feel like the people that I work with really motivate me. Like if the people around me are really positive and like encouraging, I feel like that really helps motivate me to work harder and to, during like a time like this, like I feel like it makes me feel like I'm making a difference. And like, yeah, people around me, like at my work and stuff, are really hardworking, really helpful and caring to other people. I see how they interact with the residents and stuff, and that motivates me to be a better worker and to work harder, to be like them. Yeah.
So, do you find the more senior nurses, PSWs, whoever you're working with, to be quite helpful because you are gaining some practical experience that on a resume it definitely will shine through your
Mm-hmm.
passion for what you're doing. So, are you getting a lot of help?
There's like two sides. There's like some people that, don't are really busy with their job already, like it's a lot of work to do, and so they're like busy doing their own thing. But the people that do go out of their way to help me, I like really appreciate it because I am still new to the like medical field. And so I feel like the people that are there to help me, like I literally would not be able to do this without them.
Yeah,
um they like the people. I remember when I first started my job, like there was like a few people that really showed me how to do stuff and really helped me, and like they went through everything with me, and so that made me comfortable, like, and
def-
they made me feel welcome to the job. And yeah.
definitely, definitely. It's sometimes hard to have your job and I guess get to keep your emotions out of it, especially working with the vulnerable sector such as seniors. I
Mm-hmm.
know you currently work with seniors. How has the experience been emotionally? How do you keep yourself in check so you're able to go to work the next day?
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, it's not as like I don't get as emotional because I haven't been with the seniors throughout their like time at the place. I feel
Right.
like the more you connect with the residents and the longer you've known them, like the more emotional you get when, like things happen. And so yeah. But for me, I did remember like there was this one resident that like passed away recently. Um and like I did feel sad because I did like care for her for a while, and like I talked to her, and then all of a sudden she just passed, and so that kind of made me sad. But
So was
yeah,
it a situation where you saw her one day on your shift and you came the next day and she was gone, or were you actually there?
I was there. Like I literally saw I saw her last moments. Like it was sad.
Really? And
Yeah.
was this a COVID person?
Um. At my place, there's no more COVID, and so she just had like liver failure, and
Okay.
like everyone kind of expected her to pass because she was really old. She was like 102, and so, um, yeah.
Wow.
And I feel like these things come with old age,
Yes.
and it was like you could slowly see her like deteriorating. Like.
Yes. 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 That's a lot to take on. Definitely.
Mhm.
Ari, I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you so you can tell us.
Yeah.
Have you, in your time since you started working during this time, have you had any scares of COVID where you've had to go and get tested or anything like that?
Oh, yes. There was this one day at work, like I got sent home. I got sent to the hospital because my temperature was high. And so, and everyone was like super like scared, like making it worse. They were like, "Oh my God, like you might have COVID," and like I don't know, like making this situation worse. And so I got really scared too. Like when people around me are not like when people around me make me scared, I get scared as well. And
Right.
so get tested, and like I was really worried about my results. And then it takes like I think 24 hours for your results to come out, and so those 24 hours I was really scared. And like you were helping a lot. You're like, "Oh, like if you're religious, you should pray and stuff." And so I was, yeah, I did that, and then my results came out as negative. So
I remember that day when you
yes.
told me. It was a moment, but I told you, I said to you, do not have COVID. You
Yes,
know,
if
you're
I'm, yeah, try to not be scared, because I feel like when you're scared, like things happen. Like I don't know, I try not to
you got to
psych
put
myself.
positive energy out there, right?
Yes, yes,
Exactly.
positive energy.
Do you have any other friends that are working in similar environments like you, people who you went to school with, other students?
Yes, actually, my friend in the same program as me, she is also working as a PSW, but she said that she didn't want to work with like COVID people, so she got assigned to people without COVID. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I know a lot of people, depending on their situation, they're living with their grandparents or whatever it may
Oh
be,
yeah.
they have turned it down. Uh, what would you say are the top three things that you've learned from working during such a time as this?
Top three things. I learned to be patient.
Mm,
Um, yeah, I learned patience because like during a time like this, I feel like everyone's super on their feet and like um people can get angry at you and just like people are just stressed out. And so like I just learned to like kind of like be patient, like like listen to them instead of like lashing out at them and getting angry right away and just kind of like understand that they're like stressed out about the pandemic and stuff. And yeah, learn to calm myself, like learn to be patient and just listen to people and not get into arguments right away.
yeah, yeah, you because people are stressed, especially in
Hmm.
the work environment, lots of uncertainty and that type of thing. Erie, what area of specialty would you think you'd like to go? Because you have one more year. You're in a 4-year program,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, or
What?
2 more years. I'm going to my third year and then have my fourth year, so 2 more years.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
what area of specialty do you think you would like to go into once you graduated?
For me, I wanna okay, my main goal is to become a nurse practitioner, but I know that's like really far from now, and I don't know like yet, but that is my goal. And so to get become a nurse practitioner, you have to get your master's
Yes.
in nursing. So to get my master's, I need to I have to go into like I have to work at the ICU for 2 years. And so I guess that's where I'm gonna work.
Wow.
Or I think ER. Like I want something that's like fast paced. I like the adrenaline that comes with it.
You like
I
the
don't
rest?
like yeah, I can't do like bedside or something where I just like do nothing really. So
Right.
yeah, being on
You
my
want
feet
to
and
be
doing
part of
stuff.
actually helping and making things happen and
Yes. I
whatnot.
like things happening, like something to like keep me um like going. Yeah.
Okay. It's interesting. I was interviewing my cousin who actually also is the author of a book. I was interviewing her a couple weeks ago and she's a doctor. And she
Mhm.
said that, well, her situation is different. She had a baby on the way to becoming a doctor. So when she did her rotation in medical school, she said the pace was too fast because there was no room for her to do other things like take care of her child, see her child. It was an ongoing, fast-paced environment. But definitely it takes a certain kind of person that has the life, I guess, to fit into that mold, right?
Mm.
So, what
Yeah.
advice
Mhm.
would you give? Because right now, I mean, the numbers are going down. They're not sure what happens during flu season. What advice would you give to other student nurses or PSWs who are probably a little bit apprehensive about going into work during a pandemic? What advice would you give them?
What advice I would give people that are okay.
Yeah,
Honestly, I would tell them to just like not be scared. I know like the pandemic is scary and stuff, but I
yeah,
feel like um I don't know, just like don't psych yourself out. I feel like if you're scared of something, like it's gonna just like I feel like you just can't be scared. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like just don't be afraid of don't let the like whole like pandemic or like what people make it out to be like scare you. If
right,
that makes yeah.
right. Do you think
Mhm.
nursing is your calling?
Yes, because I can't see myself in any other career, like engineering. Like I don't know, I just can't see myself doing that. Yeah, I see myself
Right.
in an environment where I'm helping people.
Definitely. And you know, it's a huge part because we everyone has their calling, and it's definitely good when you find your calling. I know
Hmm.
I'm going a little bit backwards now, but at what point, I guess, in your high school career did you know that this was what you wanted to do? Or what point in your university career going into the program? A lot of people change programs after their first semester. So, what point did you know this is where you were, what you wanted to do, and where you wanted to be?
Mm, well, I kind of had a feeling in high school, like what I wanted to do. Like I don't know, like I just remember that I like the science. Like I told you, I like the sciences and stuff, and
Mhm.
helping people. And like I was trying to like think of the things that I don't like doing, like math and like I don't know, like I don't really like English, like I don't know, those things just did not interest me. And so, um, like nursing is not really like one of those. it's like a pretty popular career, and so I was like choosing one of the like healthcare careers to go into, and like doctors, like I could not see myself as a doctor, and so I like took that out of my options. And then like yeah, I saw nursing as like I just knew like nursing was for me.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Again, having been through this whole pandemic situation and worked on the front line, is it something, if, again, if you had to rewind, would you still choose the same thing knowing what you know now, or has it shifted your opinion at all?
Oh, this job has shifted my opinion a lot because like I never had any like hospital experience, and so this really changed my perspective on my career. I don't have like regrets like going into nursing or anything, but it just made me realize like the realities of the career and how like demanding it is, and like how mentally and physically draining it can get. Like yeah, like in my career I learned like that it's like people, like the people that are working with you, like not everyone's gonna be like nice towards you or like you, and so
Hmm.
you have to deal with people. Like I learned how to deal with conflict and stuff, and physically like I learned all of like the skills that nurses do. Like I feel like PSWs and nurses are kind of like similar, like they do some of the similar things, and so I learned how physically like um tough it is. And yeah, but I don't regret the career like
You
at
don't
all.
regret it.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you going back to school in September, or are you online? What's happening?
Um, I think I still have hospital placement like in school. So, and also I signed my lease already, so I have to go back to school.
Oh, wow.
Otherwise, I would have stayed. Yeah, I signed my
Really?
lease in London. Yeah,
Okay, so you have
and hmm?
so you have to go back for, even though it's online, you still have to live on campus, so to speak, or wherever you've leased the place.
Yeah, I still have like hospital placement in London, so I
Okay.
have to go back.
Okay.
And but everything else is gonna be online, so I'm gonna be
Everything
at
else.
home.
Are you looking forward to going back after so long?
Uh, Actually, yes, because I don't know, the 4 months, like I've just been working and like I don't know, there's not much to do. I mean, everything's starting to open up and stuff, but like I'm just over it. Like
Yeah,
I just want
yeah,
to like be busy again, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What if you were to fast forward, say 10, 20 years from now, how will you have known that you're successful in your nursing career? What
Mm,
would be a success marker for you to say I did this or I've accomplished that? What would be your marker?
well, okay, my ultimate marker would be like actually becoming a nurse practitioner, but to me, like success isn't just like the end goal. It's like all the things that I achieved on the way to achieving the main goal. And so like I'm gonna look back at all of like the experience I've had like as a PSW, like working during COVID and stuff. I think that's like success to me. Like
Yeah,
and like all the little things that I've done to achieve my ultimate goal, and like finishing my bachelor's, that's like gonna be like a big milestone as well. And yeah, and
Yuri,
all like volunteer experience, I feel like that's like success to me.
all
I don't know.
together. And how do
Yeah,
how
all
how do your parents feel about you working? I know you live with your family still. What
yeah.
was their reaction when you told them I'm going to be working during this time? Were they okay with it? Were they a little bit apprehensive?
They were actually super apprehensive about it. Obviously, like every other parent, they're like worried about like their child like working during a pandemic, and like they were afraid that I was gonna bring it home to the family and stuff. And so I like took extra precautions. I wash my hands all the time. You know, I wear PPE, and like I do whatever I can to like prevent like the spread of it. And yeah, my parents were like literally begging me to not work and stuff. I was like, you know, like I want to get experience during a, like I feel like it's really good to like, I mean it's not really good, but like it's good experience to work during a pandemic. And like um yeah, and they really didn't want me to work as PSW because they thought that yeah it was dangerous and stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah. And
I
then my mom, she actually works at like a senior home as well as as like she like gives like food. I don't know how to explain it. Like
okay.
but then she said that she paused her job for me so then I can work as a PSW because you like yeah.
So you both don't have exposure. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's amazing. Iri, I
Hmm.
want to thank you so much for taking this time. I mean, when I asked you, I wasn't sure if you would, but I'm thanking you so much for
Of
taking
course I would.
the time to talk with
Yeah.
us because people are curious about what's happening. And one thing I've said, I know it was a couple of students that I hired from your school. I said it's that, you know, I really see you guys stepping up and I see the passion. I hear the passion. I see how much you guys want to work, how much you want to help. So again, I want to thank you for being one of those that have made a difference during a time like this, because definitely it's more than just your resume. It's the actions that you're taking to care for others and help others that's really making a difference. Are there any final words you'd like to say?
I would say if you're planning on going into nursing, just do it. You should do it.
Just do it. Just don't overthink it. Just jump in and do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All
Because you're
right.
making it at the end of the day. So.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Erie. Again, everyone, we have Erie Kuboki here on us with the show with us today, talking about the 411 on working on the front line during COVID. Erie, thank you again. And I'd like to welcome everyone to come on the show. We have the 411 on chiropractic treatment for seniors. My husband, actually, Alpha King, he will be hosting the show and talking to Dr. Pat Hewitt. Dr. Pat Hewitt has been a chiropractor for a very long time. As a matter of fact, my husband knows him since he was 16 years old. He's been going to him. So they're going to have that conversation, very interactive. And I look forward to seeing you then.